Hi, legends. How is everyone doing on this beautiful day? Ooh, sorry, I ran a little bit late. Just had to go and sort out a couple of things before the live stream. Sorry, I'm late, legends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash up the like button on your way in. Let's get the party on the road. Also, just had to go and make myself a fresh cup of coffee. Not too hot, not too cold, just the way I like it. Cool. Let me know how everyone is doing. If you can see me, if you can hear me, if the music's too loud in the background, I'm sure everyone should be able to hear my voice clearly over here. Right, hi, hey, hi, hello, 𝗬𝗍𝗿 and legends, 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽, welcome to the live stream. Zina, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, always support. Whew, falling over my words. Always appreciate your support here on the channel. Okay, right. Let me just take it slow. Let me take a breather. Right, I've just been running around like a crazy maniac. Hello, everyone. 𝗞𝗔, welcome, welcome. Hi, 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽. You spoke about Rose and AR yesterday, right? Yes, I did. Can you explain why the coins look good? I remember something about the structure, but can't remember correctly anymore because I was busy. Well, you've come to the right place, my man, because that is exactly what I want to discuss today. Okay, ETH, yes, we can go and look at ETH, right? That coffee is strong. Yes, the coffee is nice and strong. Okay, that is exactly what I want to discuss today. And as per the thumbnail, 7+ altcoins that I'm still keeping an eye on that potentially still looks ready for the pop. Maybe they won't all pop, legends. Maybe some of the cryptos are going to go down the toilet and make new bear market lows. We don't know, right, legends? But we need to take advantage of the opportunity, because once these alts start popping to the upside, like ADA, like XRP, like XLM, like many other altcoins, and I'm struggling to find ones that have not popped yet, at least that initial pop to the upside, okay? And once they've started popping, then we're going to sit here on the live stream and go, crap, okay, now where do we get spot entries? Where do we buy now? Okay, because if you have not bought, by the time everything has popped, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle and a mission to find entries for everyone. And then we're most likely going to talk about day trading scenarios. That's all we're going to talk about, because if you do not have those amazing entries to the downside, like KDA that myself and Andy has highlighted, even XRP, where we've spoken about it for months and months, and they've just popped here to the upside, right? You cannot now go and try and add these coins to your spot bags, because you're exposing yourself to a lot of risk. So still looking at the ones that have not popped, like Rose and AR that Miss Nick highlighted over here. I still believe that they are due for a pop. They are on the list, right? I do have a big bag of AR and Rose. And right, legends, and we can go through that in a second. So smash up the like. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe for future notifications. This is where we drop the alpha. This is where I go through technical analysis, day trading setups, Fibonacci's, Elliott wave theory, harmonic patterns, fib extensions, support, resistances, daily levels, swing failure patterns. We cover it all here on this channel, okay? All the strategies that I use from a day trading perspective and also from an investment perspective. Right, Uma, yes, I know. Flux, right, you all want your favorite altcoin. And 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽𝗍, I know that you've highlighted Uma on Andy's live stream as well. I saw you there, right? Uma does look great. Let's see if Uma can make it onto the list. I'm not sure if I do have Uma on the list, but we can go and have a look and see if it can make it onto the list. Always support you, 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Mr. Everest, welcome. Right. Ooh, Kash, please watch 𝗖𝗍𝗆𝗽 and 𝗬𝗏𝒠 and RSS3. Right, Jimmy Cock, I'm watching you. Right, was he naughty on Andy's live stream? I'm not sure. Okay, legends, let's get the party on the road. And dive into some technical analysis. As always, I'm going to do a little bit of Bitcoin technical analysis. I know everyone is excited. I see most of the live streams and the YouTubers out there. Everyone is altcoin altcoin crazy at the moment. and everyone only wants to look at their favorite altcoin. Everyone is looking for the opportunities for the ones that haven't popped. Some channels are giving you a bunch of BS where they're still telling you to buy into XRP and XLM, the ones that's already popped. Okay, please be careful, guys. We are looking for the ones that haven't popped because the risk management is still amazing. And this channel is all about risk management, okay? So that when the market turns against us, right, we lose a little bit. And when the market goes with us, we make a lot of money. So if you're buying into the ones that's already popped, okay, you're exposing yourself to a lot of risk unless you have a clear invalidation or if you are day trading that coin. Big difference between investing and day trading, because for the ones that's popped here already to the upside, you can still successfully day trade with great risk management those coins. Okay, right, legends. I'm longing ETH. Should I go out? Or is loading and pop 3.7? Whew, you're longing ETH at resistance. Eee. Right? As long as you have your 3 Ws, okay, you can do whatever you want, right? And this is what I always preach. Make friends with this tool. Okay, you should not be asking me whether you should get in or out, because you need to make friends with this tool. And if you can answer the 3 Ws, why am I entering? Where is my risk management? And where do I plan to take profits? By all means, go ahead, right? There's your trading plan, okay? If you cannot answer any of these 3, right, you should not enter the trade. It's as simple as that for me. Okay, cool, legends. Let's do a little bit of technical analysis here. I mean, I spoke about this potential trading setup this morning in our Legends Pro community, where I said, you know, it looks like we were watching the trend over here. Okay, let's just stick to the simple technical analysis before we make it a little bit more complex over here. We were watching this trend over here, and I think we were trading here and we made this high over here, but then we have local bearish CVD between those 2 little pivots. Okay, maybe I need to just zoom out ever so slightly. Let's go into the 5-minute time frame. Just look at the structure properly over here. Okay, as price was moving up here to the upside, we started forming bearish CVD against those 2 pivots, and the target for this bearish CVD is taking the low, which we did. We took the low, and then we spoke about, okay, tapping this low and getting acceptance back above, because then the bearish CVD, and even when price was moving up here, there was more bearish CVD forming. And although, legends, although we had bullish CVD against this pivot and this pivot, remember, local CVD, okay, always takes priority. Okay, because you can have insane bullish CVD of which the target is the high. But if this CVD here is not playing ball and there is local bearish CVD on the 3-minute time frame taking place, it takes priority. And bearish CVD on the local time frame can keep on pushing price down. Okay. And until such time that you see local bullish CVD, that then confirms that that CVD will play out. Okay, so just a little bit of education over here, and let me show you guys the CVD so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so on CVD, right, you guys can most probably see over there between those 2 pivots. Okay, we made higher highs on CVD, triple confirmation. Okay, of which the target was the low, and then price moved up again and we made more bearish CVD, higher high on CVD, cumulative volume delta, not CBD. I see a lot of people say CBD in the comments. And right, we made more bearish CVD over here, of which the target was that low. And then finally we claimed it, which increased the probabilities for a successful SFP. We also tapped that 0.382 level highlighted by one of the legends inside of the community, because we work together as a team to identify those high probable bouncing areas. Usually when you have a beautiful impulse to the upside, you usually get a nice reaction when you hit a major FIP level for the first time, which is usually always 0.382. That is your first major FIP level. Okay, now the question is, now that we've hit it, okay, we can now, yeah, we got the bounce, right? We got the bounce after we hit the 0.382. Now, okay, we can go to the 50% and get another bounce. And we can go to the 618 and perhaps get another bounce. And maybe, you know, the trend is going to have to adjust connecting those pivots. Right, legends, but now I do not spot any bullish CVD with this little dumpy dump here to the downside. Let me just refresh this, make sure that the levels are correct. Okay, so now when I look at the structure on CVD, I can spot bullish CVD on the higher time frame that like I've pointed out. Okay, we do have bullish CVD, right? CVD moving down, and we have a higher low. Okay, but price still has a lot of room to breathe. I mean, it can even SFP from this low over here, okay, with more insane bullish CVD, and then exactly what happened over here, and then it finds momentum back to the upside. Okay, so but at the moment, as price is dropping here against this low, I do not see any bullish CVD. CVD is still high up. I mean, it would have been nice to see CVD down there, right? CVD falling down, okay? Then I would have said, okay, we have a chance to make a higher low over here and continue the momentum here to the upside. But for now, price is just dropping. Okay, cool. I just want to check something here quick. I want to just manage one of my trades over here. Okay, cool. Now that I've managed that trade, now we can carry on. Right, legends. So what are the high probable scenarios that I'm watching here on the price of Bitcoin? And I would say I expect the range to still continue sideways. Okay, we are just struggling to go higher and we are struggling to go lower, right? We were really watching this box over here, okay? We were watching this box over here for potential break of this trend, which we got, and now we're seeing some weakness to go and complete a potential fifth wave here to the upside, okay? And right, and now we're getting the drop. Okay, so if I zoom back into this structure this morning inside the pro community, first link down in the description if you'd like to join, we were watching a potential structure in the form of this. Okay, I did tell the legends that when you take a FIP from number 2 to number 3 at the top, okay, as long as you don't tap the 0.618, there's a chance that you can go and complete a fifth wave here to the upside. And this is the rejection zone for the fifth wave. That is a fifth wave target, okay, looking at this structure as a 5-wave move to the upside. But if we take this low, okay, then there's no more fifth wave, right? It's not a 5-wave structure. Perhaps this is the 5-wave structure that's already completed. Okay, so let me just do this. Take the box out the way. Take the Elliott wave theory out the way. There's also another scenario to say that, well, what if the 5-wave structure has already completed, okay, with maybe an extended fifth wave here to the upside, and we can now potentially make a deeper correction to the downside, but you want to see a maximum target when you now take a FIP from the low to the high because the impulse is complete. You want to see the maximum target of $92,000, 253 hold. We do have a daily level ever so slightly below, okay, that can potentially give us the bounce. That is if price takes the low and continues to lower levels. So we always have to look at the bearish case scenarios as well, is to say that, okay, this could potentially still be a bullish impulse here to the upside, definitely. And we're just making a larger corrective structure to the downside. Two areas that I will be watching for a long is this pivot together with the 0.618. Okay, because this pivot to me just screams swing failure. Okay, where price comes down, it loses the level, it breaks the 618, and it gets acceptance back above. Right, for me, this is a long entry, and well, an attempt for a long, because I know where to put my stop loss, I know why I'm entering, and I know where to take profits. As soon as you hit this resistance box over here, okay, that is where I will, so it's a scalp, right, legends? It's a scalp, but it does have the potential to go to higher levels, of which I will take profits by this pivot and by the highs. Okay, so to the downside, this pivot to me is very interesting by the 618. This is the first zone that I will be keeping an eye on. And then a little bit further down is the 786 together with the daily level. Right, because you could have a successful impulse here to the upside. This is just part of a corrective structure, and then you get the bounce to go and claim the high once again. Okay, so we just have to be open to the possibility that this could be a scenario. Right, let me go through some comments quick, just see what you guys are. Pro course to learn CVD. I went to Legends Pro course to learn CVD, Mr. Cock, Jimmy. Yes, I also do have a CVD tutorial inside of the Legends Pro community that you can use and go through. Also, Bybit really sucks because they will not allow positions to be added to as of December 1. Oh, okay. That is interesting. I did not know that. Right. It looks like 5-wave down and 3-wave up on 5-minute time frame. Please check. Oh, you mean this? Okay. Yes, I mean, it can be a very complex corrective structures. Guys, you do not understand how complex they can be. Your simple corrective structure is 3-wave structures. Okay. Yes, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a leading diagonal. Maybe this is ABC and a contracting to the upside. Now we're going to go back down, right? You just never know. Corrective structures are very complex. And I mean, the correction from this point over here, okay, to where we are now has already been complex because this is a corrective structure. Okay, this was the end of the impulse potentially, and the probabilities here from a 1-hour time frame perspective is when I look at this structure, I do think that the probabilities for us to keep on raging is still higher than just continuing the bull market here to the upside. Okay. In saying that, Legends, I mean, this corrective structure, there's a couple of possibilities that I will definitely be keeping an eye on, okay? There is the WXY that I spoke about yesterday, okay, where you basically have, I'm not sure if I still have it here. There we go. Okay, cool. And actually, that could be your A wave, and this is now the B wave to the downside, right? This is a very complex corrective structure in or what we refer to in Elliott wave theory as a WXY, okay? Where you basically have an ABC in W. This is now an A and it's forming a B, C in X, okay? Another ABC in X. And maybe that's where we're going to tap the daily level and get the rejection. But there's another scenario that I'll share now. And you get then another ABC, okay, in Y. Right, so it's basically ABC, 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 and then you get your W, X, Y. So I'm still keeping an eye on this scenario because I do like the length of time that this scenario is going to take, after which we can then continue the bull run to the upside. But from a probability perspective, it looks like the range still needs to continue for a little bit before we continue bullish momentum to the upside. Okay, then there's another scenario that I would like to share. But before we get there, before I share the other scenario, Sam Ham, 𝗬𝗆𝗍, what's up, my brother? Welcome to the live stream. 77K, yes, CME gap likely or less likely. All right, it's oof. There is a possibility for the 77K CME gap, but I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, let's just first focus on these scenarios that I have over here and see if there's a potential to hit the 77K CME gap. Right, doesn't mean that the CME gap has to be hit right now, right? We can come back down later to hit the CME gap. There's still a massive CME gap below $9,000, and we're most likely never going to close it, right? So not every CME gap has to be closed. Okay, legends. Remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me and qualify for the bigger sign-up bonuses and lowest trading fees, down in the description, go select more. Let me zoom in so everyone can see. Bluffin, they still have that competition running. I think it's almost over, right? Still more 2 days left, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go check it out. How many days is still left? Whoa, 13 days. Sorry, my bad. Okay, I thought it was end of November. It's still the 12th of November. 6 to 12 No, man, I don't know what. Oh, that was the registration period. There's still 13 days left. As you guys can see, you can still partake in this competition and walk away with some amazing prizes. There are group prizes, there's individual prizes, there's trading volume prizes. There's a whole bunch of prizes, and this is where you register for the competition. This is where you sign up with an email and a password. And then also 𝗬𝗚xe. I spoke about 𝗬𝗚xe yesterday as well. You know, currently one of the exchanges where you only need an email and password to sign up, where you qualify for some of the lowest fees at the moment. I do have a large swing trade open on 𝗬𝗚xe at the moment. TIA, I'm still in the TIA trade because I'm testing out the fees. It looks amazing so far. So it really benefits you from, if you're planning to open up some swing trades on 2x, 3x leverage. Okay, this is the exchange that looks like it's the way to go, especially if you can't use 𝗞𝗍𝗄𝗍. If you can't use 𝗞𝗍𝗄𝗍 for, maybe there's restrictions, 𝗬𝗚xe is definitely an alternative. Okay, cool, legends. That can like to be the links down in the description for some amazing trading where you qualify for the biggest sign-up bonuses and lowest trading fees. And this is where you join our Legends trading community. Right, let's get back into the action. Oh, it just looks like we're going to claim that low. Maybe get a bounce by the 50% FIB level. But legends, this is, right, one of the scenarios that I'm keeping a keen eye on. Okay. W, X, Y. Right. Then there's another scenario. Okay. So let me put this off. What if it is just a simple ABC flat? Because it plays out often on many time frames, okay, where you have a simple ABC flat, A, B, C, as simple as that, right? And for this scenario to play out, I mean, it can bounce from where it is right now. It doesn't really matter, but what you want to see is a three-wave structure in B. Okay, so it can bounce from where it is now. It can still come down lower, but you want to see a larger time frame three-wave structure in B. And then you want to see a C that takes the low of A, and you want to see a B that takes the high of the highs over here. From a psychology perspective, how bonus works on 𝗬𝗚xe, it's up to $20,000 sign-up bonus depending on how much you deposit and trade, right? The rules and the T's and C's, everything is there when you sign up. You can go read through it, right? And then obviously you qualify for those low trading fees and by using the link down in the description. The reason I like this scenario so much from a psychology perspective is that let's just play this out. What if, okay, even if we come down lower, we make a higher low, and then we shoot up and we take the highs. That's going to make people extremely bullish. We've just hit 100K. We're going up. Bull market is back, baby. Right? Altcoins are exploding again. And what you do is you grab the liquidity basically, okay, everyone that's been shorting, and I can show you guys there's a massive amount of short liquidations above over here, and then you smack back down and you come and take this low. Because I can just imagine retail, okay, once you hit that 100K area over here, once you hit that 100K zone, retail is going to start flooding back. You know, just try and imagine the situation. Once you break 100K, how euphoric the market is going to be. Every single thumbnail on YouTube is going to be, congratulations, Bitcoin, we've hit 100K. Retail is going to start coming back. And what are they going to do? They're going to FOMO in. They're going to buy. Okay, we're going higher. And they're most likely going to put their stop losses here below this low, and they're going to put their stop losses here below this low. Hopefully they do have stop losses. Okay. Or the liquidation levels are going to be below those lows, right? And then the price smacks back down and it stops them out, stops all the retail out, okay? And that is why you get these ABC flat corrective structures in Elliott wave theory. It's from a psychology perspective, a beautiful scenario to create that perception that you're continuing to the upside, but you're actually just grabbing liquidity for momentum back to the downside. You stop out all the shorts on top, you then fall back down, you stop out all the longs, and then the bull market continues to the upside. So I like this scenario from a simplicity perspective because it's a simple A, B, C, done, and we continue back to the upside. Okay, Based on both of these scenarios that I've just highlighted, I don't really see us going down to go and close the CME gap because the measurements won't allow it, right? Maybe not during this wave, but I mean the market easier to surprise us, okay? So for this B wave, let's just say that this low is protected for now. Okay, let's just say the A is in. That's what I basically mean. The A wave is completed because I can count 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe the 5 ended over there and this is an ABC flat here to the upside. Doesn't really matter, but I can count 5 waves here to the downside to complete the A wave. Now what you want to see is a 3-wave structure in B. And I mean, it can still come down a little bit lower. It should not take the low. Okay. I can go and measure where the B wave can correct or find a rejection. Okay, you take your trend-based fib from the high to the low, you drag it across, you reverse it. Okay, this box over here, and I'm going to put it in and save it there for the next time. This little bad boy over here, okay, let me do this, is a very common B flat corrective structure box over here between the 1.236 and the 1.382. Okay, very common B flat corrective structure target where this might seem bullish, it ain't bullish. Okay, where this entire structure is still corrective. This is not an impulse. This is not part of the bull cycle. This is the end of the impulse, and this is just a structure to confuse the crap out of everyone. Okay, you make people believe you're going higher, you're not going higher. And then you fall here to the downside, you stop out all the longs, you stop out all the shorts, you basically reset the funding rates on both ends from a shorting and a longing perspective. And then the rampage continues to the upside. Potentially the next target can be $110,000, $120,000. Now, okay, so now I'm playing out the scenario. So the person that asked, can we go and hit the 77K CME gap? Looking at both the WXY corrective structure that I'm keeping an eye on and this ABC flat, okay, it seems unlikely because let's say, for example, the B wave stops over here, right over here, okay, inside of the box where it's supposed to stop, common B wave target. Okay, just remember the B wave has many targets. It can stop here, it can stop here, it doesn't have to claim the highs, it can claim the highs, it can be slightly above the highs. B waves are incredibly difficult from a target perspective because they have so many levels. So the level that I'm highlighting over here is the most common level for a B flat to the upside. Okay, that is usually like 7 out of 10 times. This is where the B flat turns around inside of this area. Okay, so now I can go and play it out and say that, okay, well, I can now measure if the B wave is going to turn around over here. I know how far the C wave can go. And this is now what raises the question in terms of, can the C wave go far enough to go and close the CME gap at $77,000? Well, you take your fib from the pivot high to the low, to the high of wherever B is going to end. And at the moment, we're just speculating. So I'm putting it in the middle. You reverse it, okay? And then these are your C wave targets as follow. Typically, if you do have a B flat that took the highs, most commonly you will have a C wave that takes the A wave low. Okay, so the only obvious target that I see for the C wave is at the 1.618, which is a very common extended flat C wave target, which is at $88,253. If this structure plays out the way that I've highlighted over here, okay, that is the end of the correction. Potentially, okay, potentially the end of the correction. And if you then looking at 77K here at the bottom, right, it's not common. Okay, not impossible, but it's not common for the C wave to extend all the way here to the downside. because that is considered a overextended C wave. They do play out, but very seldom do I see them play out. Maybe once every 2 months, or maybe sometimes once a month, depending on market conditions, I will see a C wave that actually hits the 2.618. And that's still at $79,000. You're still not at the CME gap at 77. Okay, right. So, I mean, it has a chance to be an extended C wave to the downside, but this is your most common C wave corrective structure. And this is also considered an extended C wave target, because usually your C wave taps the 1-to-1 extension and the 1.236. That's your common C wave targets. But because you have a B flat that takes the highs, you could expect a C that takes the lows, and that is your 1.618 down there. Right, legends, smash up the like for the education over here. I am teaching you guys technical analysis. I'm sharing with you everything that I know. I know everyone wants to... black screen is not visible clear. Right, I'm not sure what you mean. Ravi, what do you mean? Can't you see my screen? It looks crystal clear to me. Okay. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, can you let me know if everything is fine on your side? Can you see my drawings? Can you see my candles? Right? Does it make sense to you? Just want to make all good. Financial advice. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's maybe just an issue on your internet side or something like that. Yes, all good. Thank you so much. White Apple, welcome to the live stream. I haven't seen you here before. What a cool name, White Apple. Braham, all good. Okay, perfect. All good. All good. Right. Mr. Crypto, all good. Right. Okay. So, legends, I'm sharing education over here. I know you guys want your favorite altcoins. You want to look at investment opportunities, right? But the reason I started this channel is to educate, so that if you do not follow me, well, hopefully you won't have to follow me in a year or two from now, right? Because you'll be able to do exactly what I'm doing over here better than me, right? And you're going to become the teacher, because I do see some of the Legends Pro community members, right? They come in as students not knowing anything, and then after a couple of months, they're like, hey, Devil, did you see this? Hey, Devil, you didn't see that. Hey, Andy, I noticed this level. You guys didn't talk about that level. And I'm like, they actually make me feel stupid. And that is where the students becomes the masters, right? The teachers. And that is, honestly, guys, that is what makes my heart so happy, is to see that you guys are learning, you're taking the knowledge on board, you're applying it to your trading strategies, and you're becoming successful traders, right? That's what makes my heart happy, is to see you guys prosper and do your own technical analysis without relying on anyone else. Yes, join our free pro community here, Crypto Big Brains, absolutely right, okay? And myself and Andy do daily technical analysis inside of our Legends Pro community as well. Okay, cool, Legends. So this is the simple scenario that I'm watching over here, okay? It's either going to be an A, B, C, and then continuation to the upside, or worst case scenario, okay? What if there's a worst case scenario? Well, remember the ABC that I've just, or the WXY that I've just shown you, okay? You can, even after the C, you can form another ABC, and that is potentially where we can find that 77,000 CME gap, where the correction goes on for a lot longer than people are anticipating, okay? Because you can have a beautiful ABC flat over here, and it looks like we are continuing here to the upside, and we make another ABC, and we make another ABC, and the longer the correction continues, the higher the probability of going to close the CME gap at $77,000. Okay, so I can't remember who asked the question. Was it Mr. Cock? I can't remember. Jimmy, I'm not sure who asked that question. There is a probability to go and close the CME gap if the corrective structure continues. But if this scenario plays out, okay, this ABC, this little ABC does not have the potential to go and reach 77K. But if the correction continues in another ABC and another ABC to the downside, yes, which means we'll just have a much longer corrective structure. Close the CME gap and then find momentum back to the upside. Right. Cool. Legends. And I mean, I'm talking about the CME gap or the B flat. Just remember that you can have a running flat as well. Well, basically a normal zigzag where the B wave, okay, does not claim the high and the C wave does not claim the low. You could also have a corrective structure like that. Okay, it looks, you know, it kind of looks like a bull flag. Well, it is a bull. A lot of people will see it as a bull flag. Okay, you're basically forming a little triangle. The ABC basically jumps in here and then it breaks out. Okay, that's also a scenario. The only reason I'm highlighting the B flat over here is because I think from a psychology perspective and to reset the funding rates, perhaps from a market maker perspective, that is a scenario that they would prefer. Okay. I mean, can you just imagine a beautiful bull flag, right? A beautiful bull flag where the B does not take the high, the C does not take the low, and we just continue to the upside. And everyone, you know, every pattern trader out there and every retail trader is going to be like, oh, beautiful bull flag. I'm going to play the breakout. I'm going to put my stop below the low. And then it just seems too easy. It really just seems too easy. And this is why I'm explaining to you guys the B flat scenario over here, because that will confuse retail traders. That will reset the funding rates. That will stop out all the shorts and it will stop out all the longs. And then you continue to the upside. So I like the scenario more from a psychology perspective and from a resetting the funding rates. You're basically wiping the slate clean before the market makers continue momentum to the upside. 𝗬𝗍𝗿, you are one of the best and very precise. Thank you so much. It's a bump and run pattern building up in Bitcoin. Bump and run? Where do you see the bump and run? Do you mean from this trend on the 1 hour? Do you mean this trend over here? Or do you mean that this is the bump and run building up here, where it only has 2 pivots so far? Is that the bump and run? I'm not sure where you are spotting the bump and run here at the moment. Okay, because you could have a low B wave, right? You could have a scenario like this. I'm trying to see if I can make the bump and run work. You could have a B that does not take the high and the C that is extended. Also a probability, okay? You'll take your fib extension from the high to the low to wherever the B is going to end. And then your C wave from an extended perspective is usually by the 1.618 as a maximum target. If I do see this play out, definitely a possibility. You find support and then it will look like a bump and run. Okay, a larger bump and run where you start crawling back to the upside and you break out. It's a very shallow bump and run. I mean, the degree of the bump and run is very horizontal. Usually, okay, I like a bump and run that has a little bit more of a 45 degree or 40 degree angle. Okay, a little bit steeper. This is very shallow. This is why I'm saying this, if this had to play out as a bump and run, where price falls here to the downside and then it breaks out, this is a better bump and run because of the angle of the trend. Okay. But I mean, yes, definitely, it will be a bump and run. Once you complete this C wave and the correction is done, okay, you're most likely going higher. And then everyone's going to say, yay, bump and run. Okay, but I mean, you want to entry over here, right? Don't you guys agree? I would rather get an entry over here than trying to play a breakout over here, and I need to put my entry below the previous low. Okay, cool. Legends, on the short term, bump and run. On the short term, okay, yes. then it's basically this one over here. Yes, it could definitely be building up a bump and run. What I would like to see for this potential bump and run over here, okay, is not take the low. I don't really want to see us lose this low now. It would be nice to get that fast dump to the downside. I do think we have a daily level there, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, because if you're talking about a bump and run, you want a little bit of an aggressive move here to the downside, because that's the bump phase. Okay, the bump phase needs to be aggressive to the downside. You find support here by this daily level at $92,000. You do not claim the low, okay, and then we break out. Definitely a possibility. So I see what you see. It looks highly probable. Okay, cool, legends. These are basically the scenarios that I'm watching here at the moment. And I mean, you could also, it only has 2 taps, not the best trend with a 2-tap trend. At least you want 3 taps. Okay. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on this trend over here. Right, legends, those are basically the scenarios that I'm keeping an eye on at the moment. Okay, I can go through the Elliott wave scenarios on the larger time frames. I've gone through them so many times, I don't want to repeat myself during every single live stream. Okay, but on the 4-hour and on the 8-hour, I've already shown you guys the Elliott wave scenarios that I'm watching. Okay, and I can just briefly switch them on to show you. Okay. And I have gone through these scenarios in quite some detail, where we basically at the bottom have a 1112. And if you want to be a little bit more bearish, you can say it's a 112. And if you want to be very bearish, you can say, okay, it's only a 1-2 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're done. Okay, and we're going to make a nice deep correction here to the downside. Close the CME gap. Okay. Maybe make a higher low in this range and then continue to the upside. But the problem with this structure, okay, this is why I think the CME gap at $77,000 is not going to be filled right now. I do see the potential of it getting filled, but not right now because of this. This is the problem of this for the CME gap. Okay, because we have, let's just ignore the green, okay? Because we have a 1-2 and we have another 1-2, what you want to see is a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Sorry, it ends over there. Right, so you're still expecting upwards momentum, and then maybe, let's say, you know, this is the impulse, right? This is the impulse, and then this ABC correction can go and claim and close the CME gap. So I'm saying, based on this structure, I don't think it's time yet to go and close the CME gap. But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just sharing with you guys probabilities. And from a probability perspective, looking at the structure here at the bottom, it looks like even with a little bit of a correction or a longer correction, the probabilities are still higher to continue up, make one more high, at least one more high. If you start counting in this double 1-2, okay, you would expect another high after this high is in. Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I have gone through this scenario. It actually does look, you know, and now that I've got this little trend over here, it looks like, you know, what if, you know, we just have to consider what if, you know, it just builds a bull flag, boom, and we pop out again, right? You completed the 4 over here in orange. But I must say the 4, to complete the 4 over here is very short from a timing perspective, just to continue the bull market to the upside. It looks like, and this is why I keep on saying it looks like the correction still needs to take a little bit longer in time so that the 4th wave makes sense. Even it comes down a little bit deeper, okay, or it's a shallow 4th wave, but it looks like the timing is just off at the moment, okay. Right, let's go back here onto the 1-hour time frame. I can switch that off now. Okay, so it does look like Bitcoin is struggling to take that low, right? It does look like it's struggling. I just want to see what CVD is doing. No bullish CVD. But there's all... ever so slightly bearish CVD on blue. Okay, between this pivot and where price is now, I can see blue is making a higher high. Okay, ever so slightly bearish CVD on blue, which tells me maybe we're going to fall a little bit further. Right, maybe we're going to come and claim this low and bounce maybe by the 50% FIB level. When you basically take your FIB, sorry, let me zoom into the structure. Okay, this is now the FIB that we need to keep an eye on, because it does seem that the probabilities are higher to still make a higher low. Okay, so even if price comes down, we still have a 50%, we still have a 0.618, we still have a 786. There's still a high chance to make a higher low in the zone without taking the low over here and popping to the upside. Okay, there's still that chance, right? And your maximum target over here is the 0.786 at $92,220. And that is also where we have the biggest area of confluence, where there is a daily level. Okay, daily level slightly below the 786, but I do like this pivot. I really like this pivot by the 618. Okay, you dip below, you grab the liquidity, you get acceptance back above this low, and I will be interested in a long position if I see this price action. Not as price is falling. I'm not interested as price gets acceptance back above, because then I know where to put my stop loss. Redex, Afrikaans sounds like such a cool language. It is. It's a very, I think Afrikaans is considered one of the languages in the world that is the most descriptive. If you really want to swear someone, and I know I'm using a bad example over here, but you can be very descriptive in how you paint the picture, right? It's the lack for a better word. I have not heard a language that is as descriptive as Afrikaans. Right. How do we mark the daily levels correctly? Can you please show me? I mean, that is so simple, right? I really don't mind sharing that. It takes a couple of seconds to show you guys. You go onto your daily time frame. You just zoom out, you just zoom into the candles a little bit so you can see them nice and clear. You then go and you switch on your sorry, I need to zoom out here so you can see. Let me do this. Okay, now you guys can see. Okay, you switch on your magnet. Okay, yeah, you can see there's your magnet. You switch on your magnet and you take a horizontal line, or I think it's there in your menu here on top, your horizontal, where is it, horizontal ray. Okay, and then you can go and change the colors, and then where you have an open and a close at the same level that has not been tapped by price action, if this week had to come up here and it tapped that level, is no more daily level. Okay, this is why I don't have a daily level over here, because it's already been tapped. So where you see an open and a close at exactly the same level and it has not been tapped by price action, that is a fresh daily level. Or call it a naked daily level, because it hasn't been tapped yet. There's another naked daily level. It has not been tapped by price action. There's another naked one. It has not been tapped. There's another naked one that has not been tapped. Okay, I cannot put a daily level here because this candle is not finished forming. That is still today's candle. Okay, so tomorrow, if price continues to fall to the downside, and tonight or after 12 o'clock when the candle closes and it starts a new candle over here, right, then you can put a daily level over there. Okay, does that make sense? And you do exactly the same for the weekly time frame. Oh, my ears just closed. Okay, so I also have weekly levels and weekly naked point of controls and so forth, right? And that is basically how you repeat the process for the monthly time frame, for the weekly time frame, and for the daily time frame. Exactly how I've explained it to you now, how to snap on these levels. Very powerful to have these levels, okay, because they do get very well respected. Guess what, legends? We had, where was the last daily level that got respected? There was a daily level. And if I now go back onto the 15-minute time frame, look at that epic short that we got from that daily level. Okay, because people tell me these levels don't work. Well, I can tell you guys now, on Bitcoin and on mature markets, and maybe even on Ethereum, they do work. Okay, there was your daily level when it closed. The open and the close is over there. Price came, let me switch off the magnet. Price came up, it tapped the daily level, and then look at the fall to the downside. These levels are very powerful from a trading perspective to identify resistances above and support below. Okay, so I really don't mind sharing with you guys how you draw these lines, because they are extremely powerful. You don't always get a reaction from them. Sometimes price just goes, okay, just smashes through them. But then I also teach you what you are looking for to make a shorting and a long decision. Like I explained most probably 20 minutes, okay, what to look out for to confirm a short to the downside, or if this is showing strength for continuation to the upside. But nonetheless, this is resistance. This is now support, support, support. The daily levels are powerful, but I'm telling you now, the weekly levels are even more powerful. The higher the time frame, the more powerful the level becomes. And when you have a daily and a weekly level at exactly the same line, that is where it becomes double powerful. Right. Cool. 188 people watching. Smash that like, devil, bringing the fire educations again. Watch and listen. Thank you so much. Yes, man. Smash. Woo, yes. The likes are absolutely bearish at the moment. I don't think people are enjoying the education. Mr. Claude, hi, devil. I most of the times watch on my phone when you refer to your levels, etc. 1.618. Can you also sometime link the actual value, because it's too small to see on my phone. I don't really like to link a value to the levels that I'm discussing, because every trading pair, so I use the Bitcoin perpetual Binance contract. If you use Bitcoin Bybit USD, you can use the Mexi contract. So depending on which exchange and pair you use to do your analysis, your levels might be at different levels, slight different prices. And that is often why I don't like to mention the prices, because I want to teach you to put in the level so that you can see what your price is. Okay, but I don't mind, right? The daily level here on top is at $98,921, and that's why I always say, depending on which exchange you use, that price might be different. The daily level here at the bottom, okay, is at $92,021, might be different depending on which exchange you use. Hello, dear. Happy Thanksgiving to you and TA on the BT minute. What giving? Can you do TA BTC 15-minute time frame? Yes, this is what I've been doing the whole time, right? You are an amazing mentor. Your channel is very underrated. Thank you so much. And okay. I don't think I should say your name out loud here on the live stream. Right, but thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words, right? And I mean, that's the purpose of my channel, is to educate. I know that we've been getting overexcited with all the altcoins popping. I felt like I got a little bit deviated, or the channel got deviated into just looking for all of these opportunities, and I haven't had much time to educate. But I mean, now I'm here back, educating. We can go and have a look at altcoins in a moment. We're still going to go and have a look at those altcoins. Potentially still great opportunities here to the upside. And right, but legends, these are basically the scenarios that I'm tracking here at the moment. Okay, I think there's a high chance that even if we still find downwards momentum, that we will most likely make a higher low somewhere in this zone. I don't really want to see us go further than the daily level, because that's at the maximum target of the 786. Ideally, we get an SFP from this little pivot over here. You make that higher low, and then you continue momentum here to the upside to potentially come and claim the high, and hopefully come and claim the daily level here at $98,000 to $98,921. Okay, because this could still be an ABC, and it can still be another ABC and a WXY. Okay, cool. if we do fall, okay, legends, we just need to be prepared. At least we do have a level, okay, of confluence at $92,000, give or take. Remember, there's another daily level a little bit further down. So although I think that the probabilities are higher to make a higher low, we just have to play out the bearish case scenario over here, because you just never know what the market is going to give you. What if, okay, there's always that what if scenario. It goes bleh. It just falls down. It claims the low. Then you have another daily level together with these pivots, okay, that you can watch for SFPs at $89,900. And if things get really crazy here to the downside, okay, I think there's a weekly point of control there as well. Nasty here to the downside is we have a weekly point of control and we have a daily level in the 87,900 to 87,300 zone. So there's strong support here to the downside. So if things get really ugly here to the downside and price just waterfalls, just remember there's more areas of support to the downside. And this little consolidation area, okay, I just want to say this consolidation area, when you have choppiness like this in price, choppiness, it's not a nice impulse to the upside, it's very choppy price action to the left always provides great support. If the price falls to the downside, it usually finds support in this choppiness, okay, because there was a lot of volume traded inside of this choppiness. So price might look aggressive, it's falling, and it will find support maybe for that little relief rally back to the upside. Okay. Right, legends, that is basically the analysis here from a complete bearish perspective. And then we have to tackle, well, what if things get crazy here to the upside? What if, okay, because I do see that there are people saying corrections done. What if this was an ABC? Okay, done. Corrections done. We are now building a 1. This is 2 that's forming over here, where you want to see a higher low maximum target, the daily level, because in Elliott wave theory, your 2 has a maximum target of the 786, which is in confluence with this daily level. We're building up a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you then make a ABC, and you continue the momentum to the upside. Right, so we just need to be prepared for that. So to the upside, remember this box, okay? When you take a FIB, trend-based FIB from the high to the low, you drag it across, you reverse it. You guys see the reverse button over there? You reverse it, you say okie dokie, right? So between the 1.236 and the 1.382 is a common flat target. So if it looks insanely bullish here to the upside, just remember that you can still form that B wave that I've spoken about. A, B, C to the downside. So pay attention. This is price discovery levels here on top. People often do not know what to do when price is in price discovery. I'm showing you now that you can still identify areas of resistance even in price discovery. Right. Cool, legends. Now. That is basically the analysis here on Bitcoin. We can go and have a look at ETH, and we can also go and have a look at some of your favorite altcoins. So maybe let's jump through a couple of altcoins, and then I'll do some technical analysis on Ethereum as well. Mr. Super Cop. Hi, Devil. As always, super duper live stream. Can you please TA BTC dominance? Whew. Guys, I can tell you one thing now. You guys do know that like the 𝗬cie, okay, and Bitcoin dominance, it's not really, how can I say it, a chart that can be charted with high accuracy from a technical perspective, because it tracks money flow into different assets. For example, the Bitcoin dominance, even Elliott wave theory. Okay, I struggle with Elliott wave theory on dominance because it doesn't really respect the rules, because it's not really a chart. Okay, it gives you an idea of how much money is in Bitcoin and how much money is flowing out of Bitcoin into the alt ecosystem. But it's not a chart that people are trading with real money. Okay, so I like to stick to basic technical analysis when I look at charts like the 𝗬𝗬𝗍 and dominance, because even the volume here to the downside on dominance means nothing. This volume means absolutely nothing. You can't even use the volume from a technical perspective, because why? Why would you use the volume if no one's trading Bitcoin dominance? This is just an indicator that shows you, it's basically an indicator. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Bitcoin dominance is an indicator showing you how much love is with Bitcoin and how much love is with the altcoins. No one's trading the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so, but nonetheless, we can identify some simple patterns and reversal signs on Bitcoin dominance. Okay, that's the beauty of it, of technical analysis, that we can apply some technical analysis to it. And this is why I like to stick to the weekly and the daily time frame, because the higher the time frame, the more accurate the technical analysis becomes. Okay, so when I look at Bitcoin dominance, and I mean, I've said this a million times, legends, is just put it here on log scale. Okay, we can identify a bearish pattern. Okay, where we have a contracting pennant to the upside. And if you go and Google this pattern, okay, upwards pennant, I think is what they call it. Okay, upwards pennant, it's a bearish pattern. Most patterns that run to the upside, most patterns, whether it's a parallel channel, whether it's a trumpet, whether it's a pennant, okay, most patterns where price runs to the upside is bearish. They have a higher probable chance of breaking to the downside. So that's a simple way to remember it. If you have any type of pattern and price runs to the upside, it has a higher probability of just crashing down. Okay. Right, so now we have actually a beautiful bearish pennant here on the price of, well, on dominance. I won't say the price because it's not a price. Okay, and I have identified some key areas of support and resistance. Okay, so a little bit further up, you can see that we had resistance, we broke through, support, we lost it, we broke through again, support, and we lost it. So quite a critical area here at round about 62%. And this is why I marked it out over here. We have not tapped that level just as yet. Okay. And then we have this support at the moment where Bitcoin dominance is at the moment. This is where dominance is finding support at the moment, right? Resistance, support, you lost it. Okay. This is now where the support is. So I can apply some basic technical analysis over here. So unfortunately, no one knows how far dominance is still going to continue to the upside or to the downside. But what I do know is once it loses this support, once we lose this support over here, I'm going to say game on. Game on for altcoin season galore. You lose the support. What typically happens is you come back for a retest, which I refer to, you retest the scene of the crime, okay, and then you continue momentum until you hit the next support, and maybe you have a bounce and you break it, okay, and then, I mean, this one is going to be aggressive. If we lose this support, there's going to be a nice fall here to the downside. So the first area that we need to lose is the 57% area or the 58% area. We need to lose the support where Bitcoin dominance is at the moment. One of the cool signs that I do see here, okay, potentially, is it looks like it's losing the trend. But that's not convincing to me, because look at this. It also looked like we were breaking out, and then we had a fake out and we got acceptance back above. And this could also be fine support, and it gets acceptance back inside, and maybe then it goes and taps the 62% area over here. Okay, we unfortunately don't know what's going to happen, but what I can tell you is strong resistance to the upside. If dominance finds strength back to the upside, I do expect a reaction over here to push it down, and this is where dominance is now at the moment. Strong support. This can like to be very strong support, and it needs to smash it. I need to see it lose this low. Okay. Then we're going to have a party. We're going to have an altcoin fiesta. right? And I mean, you guys can now see already with this little dump over here with these two purple candles. Okay, look at what's happened to the altcoin market. Look at XRP, look at ADA, look at Pepe, look at some of the meme coins that's just exploded. That is just this little move over here. Can you imagine, okay, for a second, what if, okay, we get a nice deep retracement when you take a FIP from the low to the high? What if dominance just says waba and it falls here to the 618, for example? Okay, this is going to be absolutely insane altcoin season. So no, it is not altcoin season yet. And if you think that you've seen some craziness from your favorite alt, it hasn't even started. Okay. Right. Super chat over here. Hello, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. Are there any alts with a 3x potential? This is what I want to discuss right now. Okay. This is the alpha, legends. If you did not fill your alt bags yet, okay, maybe you're new to the crypto market, or you've just been sitting on your hands too scared to buy anything. Maybe you lost too much money during the previous bull cycle. I can tell you now that you are still early based on dominance. You are still early because dominance is still going up. If dominance did this, and you were here asking me on the live stream, hi 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, are there any alts with 3 or 4x potential? I would have told you, no, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe come back in a year, because the bear markets usually last a year, right? But because we are still over here, there might still be some great opportunities to get into some of the altcoins that have not popped as yet, like ADA. Okay, so some of those altcoins, legends, let's get into the alpha. Please smash up the like. Let's see if we can get to at least 140 likes. Can we get to 140 likes? And then I'll start sharing my list. Is it possible? Huh? Not possible. We just stuck at 126. Like the live from both my accounts. Mohammed, thank you so much. Bring the chaos, BTC. People don't understand BTC is the only thing of value in crypto. The BTC dominance will not fall as drastic as in previous cycles. Yes, institutions will not allow wealthy people to lose a ton of their investment. That's a good point, right? But I can tell you now, even with a shallow retracement, okay, can you see the excitement and the euphoria that this little two purple candles caused over here? So even if you have a bullish bounce, and the 0.382 is considered a very bullish and a shallow retracement. So even if dominance falls down here to the 0.382, which is considered a very shallow retracement, this can still be absolutely insane for the altcoin market. Okay, it doesn't have to come to the 50%, the 618, 786, but I mean, we all know what happened last time, right? It just crashed like a plane to the downside, non-stop. We had altcoins exploding galore. We had people selling NFT rocks for millions of dollars. It was just you usually know that the crypto market is reaching a peak when you see a lot of stupidity in the market. When people start selling pictures of rocks for millions of dollars, I mean, how stupid is that? I can't even wrap my mind around how stupid that is, and how people are prepared to spend money on something, millions and millions of dollars, on a picture that's pixelated, that looks like a rock. Okay, when the market becomes stupid, I know that we are reaching the end. Okay, and it was when those NFTs of rocks and people's asses, and I can't even, all the gorillas that you could buy and all the ape faces, you know, when those prices start going through the roof and everyone's getting silly in the crypto game, and it feels like no one can lose, you could only make money, that is when you reach the top. And I haven't felt that yet. I've seen some stupidness from a meme coin perspective, but I haven't seen the stupidity yet. Okay, so I don't think the bear market is over. And I have data to prove it, and I've actually gone through that yesterday, right? We know exactly when. Well, we know more or less, right? The people that watch this stream, we know more or less when the bull market is going to end. Right, legends, let's jump through the first coin that I have here on the list. And it is Layer AI, also known as Lay, or Lay, LAI USDT or USDC. This is the first coin that I have here on my list. And guess what, guys? I just need to open up another tab. I'm not sure why I was looking at Reef, but it did look kind of interesting with a massive pump and dump. But anyways, I just want to open up ADA. Let's just do a comparison, okay? Because they all have similar structures. So what I want to show you guys here, okay? I'm going to show it once and then you'll get the picture of where I'm going with this, okay? Look at ADA. ADA has made a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 1. It's then made a long corrective structure in a wave 2. Critical to note that it's made a higher low and it did not take this low. Okay, so that is what's important. It's made a higher low when it finished number 2. 2 is not allowed to take this low. So this is called a bullish 1-2 structure. And then you build up momentum, and then you shoot up to go on complete the third wave. Okay, and I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that the third wave here is finished, because they can still go a lot higher. Third waves are extremely impulsive and very bullish to the upside, and they also have the most amount of volume. And it hasn't even hit the 1.618, which is considered usually a minimum third wave target. But as long as it goes above the 1-to-1 extension, it's already a valid third wave. But it can go to the 2.618, the 3.618. And like Pepe has done, Pepe has actually gone past the 5.618, looking at a similar structure. So third waves can get very punchy to the upside. But I want you guys to pay attention to what I've just said over here. And this is purely technical analysis, okay? Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the wave 1. Look at the 2 where we formed a higher low. And look at what happened when the third wave exploded, okay? So in Elliott wave theory, you then have a beautiful 5-wave impulsive structure to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the impulse is done. Okay, and the higher this momentum continues to the upside, I will just move the 3 up. Okay, but for now, the wave is over there. So the comparison that I'm now showing you with some of the lucky trader, awesome TA. So the comparison that I'm now sharing with you, legends, is the following. When I now look at layer, the first token that I'm highlighting here for you, can you guys see? Okay. It also has this massive impulse to the upside, beautiful correction. It's made a higher low compared to this low, and it's still inside of its accumulation zone. It has not popped just as yet. Okay, it is a AI token, and it looks like the AI market is lagging behind ever so slightly. And I did see a comment of someone saying Fetch is busy popping, and I do have a large position in Fetch, so that makes my heart happy, right? So look at ADA, what it's done. Very similar structure. Let me maybe put that box at the bottom as well, just to show everyone. Okay, there's the floor. Let's make it green. Right. Of course, legends, what I'm sharing with you here is no financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I am doing, okay? And I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes. I encourage you to do your own research. I'm sharing my technical analysis here with you guys, okay? Is to say that if I look at ADA and I look at Leah, right, a little bit more bullish here to the upside. So the structure is not exactly the same, but you get the picture, right? You have an impulse, you have a correction, You have a higher low. It did not take this low. And if I zoom into the structure, I can also go and count 5 waves. And it is consolidating. It looks like it's getting ready for a pop at some stage. If it's not going to pop here, it's most probably going to range a little bit longer and then pop. But the pop looks almost inevitable. It looks like the pop is going to happen at any moment, because there's one that I highlighted yesterday and it popped. It's gone. Okay, and I'll get to that one. I'll share with you guys. The one that we spoke about yesterday, I spoke about it. It was here at the top. It was here at the top, and I told the legends, it's either now it's going to pop or it's going to reject. I bought a little bit of a spot bag over there, and it went poop. It just shot to the upside, right? So this is one that I'm still keeping an eye on. The potential target that I see over here, as you can see on ADA, it has taken the high. Okay, that is an obvious target. It's also a very conservative target, and definitely an area, if you're a conservative trader, you just want to get in, get out, make your money, walk away, right? Not get greedy and lose all your profits because you didn't want to take profits, and then you go and complete 1, 3, 4, 5, and it comes back down, stops you out, and you were like, I had a 600% position to the upside, and because I got greedy and I thought it was going to go higher, I got stopped out with nothing. Okay, so don't be that person. So from a conservative perspective, I do believe that they have the steam to hit the 1.618, but this is a almost guaranteed target. So when I look at Leah, I'm looking at the high for profit taking from my spot bags. So full disclosure, I have nibbled a little bit here on Leah or Leia, however you pronounce this, okay? And this is kind of just the trading setup that I was discussing this morning, right? But I just do want to highlight, if it comes down lower, I will buy some more, because this is why I always have some dry powder. I'm never all in, okay, in the portfolio. I always have dry powder on the side, so that will then drag my entry down. Okay, if we pop out, then at least I'm in already, because you guys know how aggressive this, it almost looks like a straight candle to the upside. Okay, it looks like a straight candle here to the upside. These third waves can get very explosive, and I'm telling you guys now, in a couple of weeks from now, there's going to be none of this left. Okay, then we're going to sit here on the live stream and we're going to look at all these tokens that are already here, and we're going to say, well, what now? I'm not going to tell anyone to buy over here. Okay, I would rather go into the smaller time frames and say, well, how can we day trade this? Okay, there's a potential trend. You put your stop below the low, we target the highs, then we start day trading these tokens. Okay, there's no more investment. You miss the investment opportunity. Okay, because you're exposing yourself to so much risk by buying in after the pump has already taken place. Okay. Right, so Leah is first on the list, and remember, Leah, guys, if you'd like to come and trade these altcoins that I'm showing you right now, also your way to support the channel, for me to continue to come and bring you this alpha. I've got Bluffin, I've got Weeks here with the insane low trading fees, and I've got Bybit even, right, and I've got 𝗞𝗄𝗃 with a 20k sign-up bonus, and up to 20k sign-up bonus, depending on how much you deposit and trade. Still one of the exchanges with the lowest fees, I think, in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't found an exchange with lower fees than 𝗞𝗄𝗃. The second lowest exchange with fees that I found was Weeks, but you only get the low fees if you use the link down in the description. Otherwise, you're going to get more or less double those fees. Right. Cool, legends. Let's get into the next coin. So tick, right? I've showed you guys, and I'm going to keep a record and track these coins, and we can track them every day to see how they are pumping. Fed pumping. No, man, don't tell me Fed pumping. Let's go check out Fetch. I'm curious now because I do. Ooh, 4%. It's popping. Ooh, it's popping. It's popping. Fetch finally popping here to the upside. I mean, yes, I've been waiting for this for so long, right? Guys and girls, you don't understand. I have an entry over here. I played the SFP over here. I added a little bit to my position, so maybe my entry is over there. I can't exactly remember, but I held on. I just held on, and now we're popping, right? And I do think that Fetch is actually on the list, guys. Fetch is on the list, and it looks like we are going to pop out of the accumulation zone. Because guess what? This green box is the accumulation zone. So let's go back here onto the daily, and this was the next token that I wanted to show everyone. Fetch. It's busy popping at the moment. It looks like the money is now flowing into the AI ecosystem. Okay, so I mean, there's your beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your wave 1. There's the floor that I've just shown you. It's made an incredibly bullish higher low compared to this low. It's inside of accumulation zone, and it looks like it's getting ready for the pop to the upside to at least come and claim the highs at $3.5. Right, 200x long on Fed, 100% capital. Oh, one small week to the downside and you're out. Nah, liquidated. Yeah, I mean, that's the danger with high leverage, especially on the altcoins. Okay, it just takes one little week to the downside and you out, right? Your entire account is gone. Right, legends, I recommend not more than 4x. Okay, that's already pushing it. 2 to 3x leverage on a swing trade is good enough. You don't have to apply more leverage because the percentage moves are so incredibly high. Okay, cool, legends. So Fetch was on the list. This is the next one, and Fetch can also be traded on Weeks. It can be traded on Bluffin and on 𝗞𝗄𝗍 and on Bybit. So links down in the description if you guys would like to come and trade this with me. There was another token that I spoke about yesterday that was exactly where Fetch is now. It was tapping the top of the box, and I said, legends, sorry, someone was gossiping about me. I said, legends, it's either going to reject miserably and I'm gonna be forced to buy a little bit lower again, or it's going to pop, right? And it popped. And I got in at exactly the top. Like literally, I got in at exactly the top of the box, and about 30 minutes later, it went pop to the upside. Okay, right. What do you think about Ren? I will go and look at some of your altcoin requests. I'm just going through the list of altcoins that I'm showing you that's still showing potential to at least the high over here. Okay, you can see that I am expecting higher levels for Fetch at $5.5, but I'm purely just highlighting conservative levels over here. Right, we want to claim the highs. ADA has claimed the highs, and it looks like it's going to the 1.618. So I'm being conservative, and I'm just using ADA as an example of the ones that I'm going through now what could potentially happen, because they have similar structures. They all have 5-wave structures. They all have made higher lows, and they have all found the floor. And they all have this bullish pennant to the downside where the probability is higher to break to the upside. Okay, so I'm showing you the ones that has not done the popcorn to the upside. Okay, Wild just popped as well. Okay, I mean, I hope the ones that I have here on my list haven't popped yet, because I mean, Fetch looks like it is leaving the station. Okay, smash up the like. Hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And yeah, I mean, I'm just sad for the people that's going to watch this in a couple of weeks from now, and they're not going to have entries, because I mean, these are great risk to reward entries to have. Okay, because the beauty about getting it, even if you buy the tippy top over here and it falls to the downside, you can buy again and it moves your entry to the middle of the box, right? So even if it keeps on ranging inside of this box, right? Okay, I can't say with confidence. I can never use the word it's guaranteed, but there's a high probability that it's going to keep on ranging, and at some point it's going to say pop to the upside. Okay, so I'm just trying to highlight the ones that have not done this, right? That has bullish structures. Okay, right. Next on the list, legends. Next on the list is Rune. Believe it or not, okay, I think Rune has potential for a nice little continuation of the run here to the upside. Okay, so when I look at the structure, very similar. I can count a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the beauty about Rune, it has made an incredible higher low compared to these low. which is very bullish. Okay, when you take a fib from the high to the low, okay, it bounced there beautifully on the 786, which is the maximum target for a second wave. Okay, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So you basically have 1, you have 2, and although it's grinding here to the upside, it hasn't popped yet, and you expect to take the high. I do have a large spot bag of Rune. I accumulated during this zone and during the bear market. I bought some there, I bought some there. I bought everywhere inside of this zone over here is where I bought Rune. So I enjoyed the momentum here to the upside. I did not take any profits because it's an investment for the next 5 to 10 years. I'm very bullish on Rune in the long term. So Rune is potentially one that's still ready from an investment perspective, still needs to come and claim the high at some point. The only thing I don't like about Rune, the following is that it's really choppy here to the upside already. So what I like is it looks like it's building up strength. It's building up strength, and at some point you're going to get the pop, right? That's what looks really bullish here. The only bearish case scenario is because this low is so far away, at any point it could come down and sweep up these lows. Okay, it could come down, still make a higher low, and then pop to the upside. Okay, so that's one, but you might not get this. That's the problem. You might not get this, but because this low is so far away, this could also be a 1, 2, 3 to the upside. So I'm just cautioning you that for Rune, it might just continue from where it is and it doesn't make this low, or it could still come down, still make a higher low. That is your low that needs to be protected. Otherwise, it's game over, right? So that's basically your invalidation. But it has a chance to still break the trend to the downside and then get the pop to the upside. Okay, but Rune still falls in the box for investment for me personally. Right, what else? Miro. Meme coin. I think we just have to add a meme coin to the bag, right? I am a little bit bullish here on Miro. Okay, what I like about Miro over here is that it has found the floor. It has found the floor, and it looks like it is building up momentum, okay, to pop to the upside. Right, so from a meme coin perspective, I do not add heavily to my portfolio from a meme coin perspective. So I do have Miro in my spot bags, but I have a small position, okay? Evo, please devolt. Evo, please devolt. Yes, I will go and have a look at that in a moment. Bought layer on spot. Thanks. Machine King, pleasure, man. Right? And it's all just about, game of probabilities. You want to buy the ones that are still low, that has not popped. But if you posted a comment and said, Devolt, I just bought some ADA, I would have been like, oh, shit. I hope you applied good risk management. You might see your ass. Right? What if it makes a deeper correction and then it continues? And the problem, guys, is not the correction. The problem is not the correction, because there is a high chance that even if ADA makes a deeper correction here to the downside, there's a high chance that it will still form a higher low compared to the low over here and continue momentum to the upside. The problem with this is a lot of people get scared and they sell at a loss. They start selling when price is falling. And then when price starts pumping again, guess what? They start buying. And then price starts falling again. That is typically what retail does. They buy the tops. Price does a correction. It makes a higher low. They start selling because they get scared. Price starts pumping. Where are they going to buy? At the top again. Price makes an ABC correction. Where are they going to sell? Yeah. Okay. You guys know the story. Okay, you've most probably been there. You've most probably made the same mistakes. You buy the tops and you sell the bottoms. Okay, it should be the other way around. So if you are a person that's buying the tops, you just need to be patient, because you only take the loss once you've sold. If you are patient, the price could potentially at some point come back to your entry level and maybe make you some gains, even if you make stupid investment mistakes. If you're a stupid investor and you don't know anything about technical analysis, then you just have to be patient, right? Because if you were a stupid investor during the previous bull cycle and you bought Bitcoin during the all-time highs, guess what? Now you're in profits, right? You just have to be patient. Okay, cool. Legends. Should I go through more on my list that has not popped? Because I see everyone wants me to look at their favorite altcoin, right? PHA is ready. Yes, it is also on my list, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Next on the list, legends. Next on the list. Whew, is AR. I am still very bullish on AR and it's taking its damn time. It is just frustrating the crap out of me, but the structure looks incredibly bullish. Sorry, that was a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but I do have a large spot bag of AR, okay? I'm very bullish on AR. I like the fundamentals. Please, I encourage you to do your own research, but I can also count a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Massively bullish higher low compared to this low over here. It looks like a beautiful impulse in a one wave. This looks like a two wave, and it's getting ready. It's getting ready for a pop to the upside to at least come and claim the highs. My more bullish, okay, still conservative target for AR to the upside is $87. I do think that AR has the potential to go higher, okay, much higher, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay, so I would say conservative targets is claiming the highs. If you are feeling a little bit greedy, you want to maybe take 50% of the profits here, leave 50% of the position for the moon bag. That's definitely a profit taking area. Okay, thanks. Learning from the master. Okay, but now if you've only joined the stream now, you don't know which context I'm putting this in. But if you have been watching the stream here, you know that I'm comparing it to ADA because it's similar structure. Okay, it has the same Elliott wave count. It has the same higher low. ADA has already had the pop with the volume to the upside. ADA is busy with the third wave. Okay, so I'm trying to show you guys the ones that has not done that just as yet, right? So, legends, AR, okay, it has not left the station just as yet. Right, Andy convinced me to buy Link, and I am trying to convince Andy to buy some AR. He's not biting, right? But I think once it starts pumping, he's going to regret not buying some AR. Anyways, you can't buy all of them, right? You just can't buy all of the altcoins, but it's still accumulating. It's still accumulating. Maybe it ranges, it bores the crap out of you. Dear world, AR is not doing anything. I bought it 3 weeks ago, and then one day, one morning, you wake up and it's done that, right? Or it's just going to do it now. It's going to maybe range a little bit longer. We don't know, but I do like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do like the corrective structure. And you guys can see where my entry is. I actually have it marked out. I forgot to take it out. Okay, there's my entry on AR. There can like to be my entry on AR. $14.12. That's my entry. So I bought AR at an incredible price. I'm just waiting for the pop. I was buying AR at 3.5. You damn degen. 3.5. Oh my word. You bought AR during this zone over here. You absolute degen. Wow. I wish I had that entry. Okay, but there's my entry at 14.12. Not bad, but I mean, not close to Mr. Pac-Man over here. Wow. What an absolute legend. AR looks like a rose. Yes, it really looks like a rose, and you have hit the nail on the head. Guess what's next on the list? Rose. Okay, I will go. Let me just swap them around. Okay, rose also on my list. Right, legends, you want to know about the ones that have not popped? Well, guess what? These are the ones that I found so far, and I know that you are most probably going to show me more that has not popped. Okay, but Rose, I'm looking at Rose. It has not popped. It's still grinding here to the upside. Very similar to AR. You 100% right. Very similar structure. Very similar 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm not sure what it's doing over here, but it looks like it's building up momentum in triple 1-2s. Okay, and then you get the pop to the upside. What I do know is the longer it consolidates over here and builds up momentum, the harder the pop is going to be to the upside. The longer it does this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know, it's just gonna, at some stages you're gonna see that rocket to the upside like a firework. It just lifts off and it doesn't give you time to buy in, right? So Rose for me is still on the list. Okay, still expecting at least the highs to be claimed and 1.618. Right, even 34 cents, definitely a target. And the problem is we don't know how high the third wave is going to go, right? I'm just being conservative over here. What else? And remember, legends, these altcoins that I'm sharing with you now can be traded on Bluffin. They can be traded on Bluffin. They can also be traded on weeks. Most of them can be traded on weeks. The beauty about weeks is if you are a little bit of a daredevil and you want to open up swing positions, meaning that you maybe want to open, maybe you have $1,000 account and you want to buy 3 of the opportunities, okay, but you want to maximize your returns. You can open up 3 positions with 2x leverage, okay, to maximize your returns. Weeks is a great alternative to do that because the fees are low, especially if you plan to keep the position open for long periods of time. Fees makes a huge difference, okay. So weeks is an alternative. They do have most of these ones that I'm showing you now on the list for trading. And then obviously I've got Bybit and 𝗞𝗫 and Bluffin, right? Bluffin as well. Cool, legends. Now, what is next? What is next? We've gone through Rune, Fetch, Leah, Myro, AR, Rose, Sin. I do not know, okay, full disclosure, I do not know anything about the fundamentals. I have not had time to do the fundamentals, but I saw it before my live stream. And from a technical perspective, I love it, okay, purely based on technicals because it has the same structure as ADA, okay. Very similar. You can see I haven't even had time to properly analyze it yet. But I mean, I can just look at the structure and tell you whether it's bullish or bearish, right? You have formed a higher low compared to the low. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can even be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyways, it is an impulsive structure to the upside. You've made a corrective structure. You have not taken the low. And more importantly is that you are consolidating sideways, okay, which is referred to as the accumulation zone. So after you break a major trend, usually when you connect a trend from this top to the pivots over here, that major trend, usually when you break out of that trend and you start chopping sideways, exactly the same as ADA, and you chop sideways, at some stage you're going to get the pop to the upside. So Sin is another one that I have on the list. Okay. What else? What else? The problem is you just can't buy all of them, right? I do not have Sin in my portfolio because I'm already satisfied. I have enough. I just can't keep on adding more, right? So you can choose. You can either have 5 or you can have 3, okay? And the gains are going to be more or less the same, right? But I do recommend that you don't go all in on one asset, right? Because you need to diversify your portfolio. What if the CEO of Sin decides to resign tomorrow, or he steals money out of the bank account, or something bad happens in the company? I can tell you guys now, it's not going to do this anymore. It's going to go down, right? And if you have your portfolio diversified, at least the other 2 will make back the losses. Okay. I do have all of them and many more. JW, wow, okay. Uma is so boring. Yes, I've been talking about Uma for long. Jimmy, I have been talking about Uma. during the last 2 weeks. It's just going sideways, it's just not popping. It's not popping. I will go look at 𝗬𝗍 in a moment. Right, let's just finish the list over here. I'm not sure if I do have 𝗬𝗍 here on the list, not yet. Right, next is 𝗞𝗔, and Andy has spoken about this one extensively as well, and it's already starting to pop, right? You might already be a little bit late, but I mean, the target is the high, okay? The target is the high at 37 cents. That is the target, right? But you can see it is popped. It's breaking out. Whether you've got a horizontal resistance or whether you have diagonal resistance, it's popping. It's popping. But I think it's only the start. But you are already incurring risks over here, because what if you have to play out the what if scenario, and if you are willing to withstand the what if, then it's potentially still a great buying opportunity. The what if is twofold. What if you buy over here and it pops? Congratulations. What if you buy over here and it comes to retest the trend? Then you're going to crap yourself. Okay, so if you are willing to deal with this, right, and buy a little bit more to drag your entry down, okay, or you keep on ranging and then you get the pop. If you are willing to deal with a little bit longer consolidation and you've made peace with the fact that even if it drop down lower, you will accumulate a little bit more, then by all means, right, start investing. Please, guys, no financial advice. This is just what I would do, okay? But it looks like, and I know Andy has been talking about, what is it called? Parler Network. I don't even know the name. It's Parler Network or Parler, but 𝗞𝗔. It looks like it's leaving the station. Okay, it looks like it's leaving the station. It has broken trend and it looks like it's building up momentum, and you're going to get that pop to the upside, right? Maybe this pivot, definitely, it looks like it could get some resistance by this pivot. But it's already getting a little bit late. But I do know that Andy, and if you guys don't know Andy's YouTube channel is in the description of this video down below. If you guys would like to go and give Andy a follow. One of a very great technical analyst out there as well. He always gives me a shout out on his channel. So, I mean, why not do the same for him? Andy is an incredible technical analyst. He has been talking about Parler Network for when it was here. And now it's popping. Andy has also been talking about KDA, and it's already done that, right? There's a couple of others that I've also spoken about that's popped already, so I removed them from the list. There was a couple that I spoke about that was here, and they are already here, so I'm not even talking about them. ADA was one of them. I spoke about ADA when it was here, okay? This is why I highlighted this structure. Higher, lower lows, lower highs, and then when we made that first higher low over there, I even posted a tweet and a little picture on YouTube, and I said, guys, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And then look at what happened. Okay, so I mean, you can only talk so much, but people are a little bit slow with taking action. Okay, but I do know that there's a lot of legends that did get into the ADA trade. Okay, up next, Nakamoto. I'm not sure how you say it. Nakamoto. It's in the gaming sector. It's in the gaming sector. It is more high risk. So, which means for me in my portfolio, I have applied or I've deployed less capital into this project. But it looks ready. It looks like it can go at any stage. It has an incredible bullish momentum here to the upside. It has an insane higher low, and it looks like it's choppy, and at some stage you're gonna get an explosion here to the upside. So a little bit more degen this token. I won't go crazy with capital in this token, but it has a lot of legs to the upside. Okay, just want to see from a percentage perspective, from the low to the high, you know, that's a 1.7x. And I mean, if you start going to the all-time highs, you're looking at about a 6-7x. I'm not sure, right? But Nakamoto in the gaming sector looks great, purely from a technical perspective. Okay, right, legends, let's take some altcoin requests. Okay, I have gone through my list. These are the ones that I'm looking at, but as you guys can see, ADA Okay, similar structure, it has popped and it can still go higher, right, legends? I just want to stress one thing over here. Okay, third waves, and I said this yesterday, I said it the day before, and I'm going to say it again. No one knows, not even the best technical analyst in the world knows how high the third wave is going to go. It is the most bullish wave in Elliott wave theory. And if you are able to identify a 1 and a 2, you want to get in before the third wave, because once they explode, it's very difficult to get in after the fact. So this is the best zone to get in before the third wave happen, and this is what I'm trying to analyze and provide here to you guys right now, because these third waves, okay, can really pop to the upside. It could literally pop, consolidate, like it's doing, pop, consolidate, and it can just continue doing it until it reaches the 5.618, even beyond. And then all we as technical analysts do is we will just move the third wave up. And then only once you start getting a consolidation area that is similar in time to what you see over here, okay, when it starts doing something like this and it's similar in time, maybe even a little bit shorter, then you can say, okay, maybe one more high and then we're going to go into a bear market, okay, or have a larger correction. So no one knows how high the third wave is going to go. So the targets that I'm giving you guys over here is, in fact, in my opinion, very conservative, and as always, not financial advice. I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes. 𝗬𝗁𝗽 isn't a bad project as far as I am aware of. Yes, Pac-Man. I mean, I've done a little bit of research. I did do a lot of research back in the day when I first added Nakamoto to my portfolio. I have a really good entry on Nakamoto. This entry over here that I have over here is purely from a swing trade perspective, but I actually bought Nakamoto. Okay, I was lucky enough to bought Nakamoto there. I bought it there. Didn't buy it there, but I bought it there at least, right? So I do have an insane entry even below these lows from a spot bag perspective. This entry is a swing trade that I have open. So, but back in the day when I did my research over here, it looked like an insane project. Very active developers, strong roadmap, but I haven't done recent research to see how's the team going. Are they growing? But I mean, looking at the technicals, it looks like the team is doing well, because I mean, the technicals reflect the health of the company and the token. Okay, Evo, let's just do Evo, because if anyone else asks me for Evo again, I'm going to explode, right? Let's just do this Evo. How good does it look? Let's do Evo. I want to do the KuCoin here, and as well, it usually has the most data. Okay. Why? Why would you guys show me a shitcoin like this? Like, it looks absolutely crap. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Legends, I'm joking. Right. I mean, it does not have a nice structure like this. Obviously, it doesn't have enough data. I cannot calculate whether it's going to go in a third wave and a fourth wave from an Elliott wave perspective. The only thing that Evo or Evo has got going for it is that it looks like it has found the floor. That's the only thing that it's got going for it. Okay. Right. I do like, I'm trying to find the things that I like here. Now, it just had a brutal bear market, but the beauty is it looks like it's now found the floor and the selling pressure is getting exhausted. So let's go on to the 8 hour and see if I can find a bullish structure here. Right. So this is kind of the only bullish structure that I see. This is just sideways. Created the double bottom over there, so I can't count this as a 1, 2, can't do that, right? I have to now look at this structure. I have to look at this structure over here. Okay, this does look like it's an impulse correction. Okay, impulse, correction, ABC, and now this low needs to be protected. Okay, so 1, 2, and it's now busy with the third wave here to the upside. And then it can go 3, 4, 5, ABC, and it can continue the momentum, right? This is the only bullish structure that I see here at the moment. So from a trading perspective, you do not want this low to be taken. Okay, 31 cents needs to hold. Okay, 31 cents needs to hold. From an investment perspective, I mean, you are buying the top of the consolidation area. Okay, so this is your consolidation or your accumulation zone, right? You are buying the tippy top. It's maybe about to pop out. Okay, it's tried, it failed, it tried it, and it could get that pop here to the upside. All I can tell you, I'm not saying it's not going to do this. What I am telling you is it doesn't look as good as this. Okay. It's a young project. It doesn't have a lot of data, and it just looks like it's been falling from the top side. It's been consolidating long, and maybe it's going to start getting momentum to the upside. But my technical analysis, I like to look at tokens like this. That's already formed a 1, 2, and I want to be inside the third wave. Okay. And I'm not saying that Evo can't pop. It's just, it's not a beautiful technical chart. It looks okay. Right. So now that you've got your Evo fix, I hope you got what you needed out of this analysis. Right. Legends. What else? Manat, Zaya are candidates too. Manat. Really? I have never heard about Manat. I'm curious now. Manat USDT? Ooh. Are these good fundamental? Is this a good fundamental token? I see it's available on Bybit. That's Manat. Is it Manat? Is that the Manta? Is it Manta? Manta. Yeah, I got Manta. Yeah. This is the only one. It's available on Bybit. It's pooh. Well, it's already popping. Not as pretty as the 80A chart. At least you didn't take this low. So the bear market low is holding. 5th of August. That was this year. I mean, it has a chance, okay? It looks like it's found the floor over here. It does look like it's found the floor over here. Not a lot of data, not as sexy as ADA, not as sexy as Rose, not as sexy as Leia. Again, I'm not saying that it can't pop, okay? I can't calculate where this target could potentially go. So from a price action perspective, there's resistance. So if it pops, pay attention. That's a profit-taking area. Next area of resistance is this pivot over there. Once it breaks this pivot, next area of resistance is this pivot. So you basically need to use price action to show you the resistance zones. Okay. That's all I can say. I do like that there's nice green volume starting to kick in because now so it looks like money starting to flow into Manta, but it's not as sexy as I would like it to be. Okay, from a technical perspective, but it doesn't look bad. It's okay. Okay. Right, legends. What is Bitcoin doing? Still choppy, 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 choppy. Okay, not breaking down, not going up. Right. Smash the like, legends. Yes, smash the like for the education, for the alpha over here. I've shared with you the investment opportunities, the altcoins that have not popped yet. Right. Use the links down in the description to come and trade with me. That's where you get the biggest sign-up bonuses and the lowest trading fees, especially on weeks if you only need if you can only use an email and a password to sign up. Right, legends, I'm going to call it a day. I see the viewers are falling off here. I'm not sure if everyone needs to go and eat dinner or lunch, whatever the case might be. Thank you for all the advice and analysis, Cirrus. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. By me, 𝗬𝗍𝘆, can you do a hard stand or look at Flux? Oh, I mean, Flux, it did look great. Sorry, guys. I know I said I was going to go, but I do have Flux in my portfolio. Okay, so I don't mind looking at Flux. But I don't know if it has already popped. Yes, it has already popped a little bit. Okay, and this is why I didn't include it in my list for today. But I do think it still has more potential to the upside. Also has a nice, beautiful structure where you have a low and you have a higher low. Okay, it's made a nice impulse, beautiful correction, and this is potentially still getting, okay, it's already popping. You can see it's breaking. There's massive resistance here by these highs. So it's choppy, 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 choppy. Either it gets a rejection, it comes back down, you buy a little bit more, or it just pops, right? And there's your next area of resistance at 1.1, let's just call it $1, right? By $1, you have some resistance over here. But it does have the potential to come and claim the highs at 1.7. I am bullish on Flux. I do have a spot bag. I have bought a little bit over here already, so I have a good risk to reward ratio, and it looks like it is still in the buy zone. Okay, you are buying it at, I just want to highlight, you are buying it at the top of the box. What was the other one? Oh, this is the one I spoke about yesterday. Not financial advice. One of the mods here in my comms section highlighted Taraxa, okay, Mr. Tara over here, when it was here. Inside, beautiful accumulation, okay, beautiful 5-wave structure here to the upside. You have a wave 1, you have a wave 2, and it looks like the train is starting to leave the station. I have to admit, I told Mr. Financial Advice this morning when I did the Legends Pro community update, I told him I bought a little bit. I just had to. I did my research. I like the fundamentals. As always, I encourage everyone to do their own research. He highlighted the token yesterday during my live stream, and I said, I'm going to go and do research for my spot bag. I did research. I like the project. It looks solid. I bought a little bit over there. It pumped, and then it dumped back to the level. Okay. But I mean, I already bought, and now it's pumping again back to the upside, but it looks like it looks like it's ready to go. Okay. So Tara is the one that popped yesterday. And yesterday when I spoke about it in my live stream, it was there. Now it's already popped how much? Okay, from my live stream to where it is now, I mean, it's already popped 32, 37%. Right, so just remember, okay, you can FOMO in. I can't control what you do on your side, but all I'm telling you is the further it gets away from this box, the more risk you are exposing yourself to. Okay, you ideally want to buy something that's inside of accumulation zone. You buy while it's ranging, and hopefully you buy the low points over here. So if it comes back down, you buy the low, okay? If it goes back up, you hope for the breakout. If it doesn't, you buy a little bit more, right? And until it pops, you don't buy anymore because you're just exposing yourself to risk the higher it goes. Right. Anyways, legends, smash up the like. Thanks for joining the stream. Mr. Not Financial Advice, thanks for that golden nugget over there. I'm currently in the profits. Okay, let's see if we can get some more momentum to the upside. You can see where it's struggling. Okay, it's struggling here at resistance. Okay, that's where it's struggling. That's why it stopped. You can see it's obvious resistance. I can tell you guys now, once it breaks through here, it's going to accelerate until it gets here. Okay, 0.618. If it cracks this nut, it's going to accelerate to the 0.618. Legends, have yourselves an awesome night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are from the world. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.